Hey everybody, it's me again to make a little review. Today I want to talk to you about a slasher comedy that came out in 1987, Return to Horror High. Now this was one of the, let's say, this movie was promoted the hell out of because it had George Clooney in it. Now, just for 5 minutes, and he gets killed in those 5 minutes. So he plays a cop, apparently on the set, and he gets killed immediately after he stops. There's a killer roaming around, a real killer roaming around and killing people. Now, you've got Laurie Letton, who plays Kaylee, and Brandon Hughes plays. He's the cop, the real cop. Stephen Blake. He's the real cop they hired to be sort of an advisor. He was there on the scene when the real massacre happened. This is based on a real massacre in the movie. But of course, the cop George Clooney goes. The producer thinks, "Oh yes, let's take that cop as the he's the producer and the director are constant. It's funny because it's almost based on reality. They are constantly in each other's necks because the producer is meddling all of the constantly, and the director is like having a stroke, and he's saying, "I'm gonna have a heart attack." And the producer says, "Show some more titties. Show some more titties." You're like, yeah. Put those boobs off. Yeah. Put that top down so you can see those boobs. Come on. And the director says, "Stop that. Nobody wants to see titties like that." He says, "Titties are an open market. You've got titties, you've got customers, you've got people who come to see boobs." And then he's calling, and then he's calling with an interview, and he says, "Yeah, everything is going good," with a piece of a sandwich. Yeah, everything is good. Yeah, thanks, bye. Poof. He's a slimy dude, the director, the producer. But fun fact was that Kaylee actress played 3 different roles. The producer, it's in the movie, the producer thought he found her cute enough or something, and he slapped 3 kind of wigs on her, and with some lipstick and some blush. And you have she plays 3 different people. I mean, this movie is a mess, basically. So you've got a killer killing the people one by one, but at some point he goes in time, and you've got cops all over the place and dead bodies outside all over the place, with arms are cut off, heads being decapitated, things like that. You got all these cops, and the weird thing is that you've got the chief, then you got this pretty sexy cop who's coming there. "Yes sir," and she's really wants to do a good job. And every time when they go back to that scene, because nobody entered the school on that point, which is weird, so they all stay outside. She comes back with a button open, then with an extra button open, and at some point her boobs are almost falling out. So it's pretty weird, yeah. And of course, at the last time, the last moment, they go in with a SWAT team, M16s, and flak jackets. But yeah, so the killer. So at some point you've got a comedy slasher, and then it turns into a real slasher, or more serious, more a serious tone, and it's hard to shift from that horror comedy style to just horror style. Yeah, and then having those flashbacks, that's comedy basically, because like I said, with the lady police cop with her boobs almost, and I mean, yeah, and she's eating a large sandwich at some point. I mean, it's it's just weird. It's just a weird movie. Did I like it? No, yeah, it's a fun watch. I've seen it a couple of times because I like the director and the producer, how they're meddling with each other, and I think that's done in real time too. That producers meddle too much, and that because of that, a lot of movies bomb. That's what John Carpenter never wanted. He always wanted complete creative control, because if producers meddled with him, the only times he let producers meddle with him was that there was a time that he was a director for hire, like the Children of the Damned. Yeah, he did that as a director for hire. I think with Christine he did that too. Now, yeah, it's the acting is okay. Some of the acting is bad. Some of the acting is okay. It's hard to say. I like the horror comedy stuff. I didn't like the slasher horror non-comedy stuff, because it just, yeah, there's a horror comedy, they're making a movie, meanwhile people are getting killed left and right, one by one, by a real killer. I'm not gonna spoil the ending, because that, if you never seen this one, you should. I recommend this one, because there's this extremely weird twist at the end. Very, yeah, extremely weird twist that I still have problems understanding. Yeah, it's extremely weird. So, Return to Horror High. It's a fun time. It does go to the horror, and at the horror slasher, it's good, but it's just a overlaps that really goes like bam, going to a horror slasher movie in a second. You know what I mean? That's what sort of bothered me, but for the rest, no problems. Great movie. At least a watch, and at least for the twist at the ending. Yes. See you later, guys.